Before Guillaume could join with his liege's army, he needed to gather his own men and organize them into fighting order. To do this, he first needed to get a lay of the land. A collection of large rocks caught Guillaume's eye. Wary of hidden threats, he decided to investigate. Guillaume discovered a recently abandoned camp. A closer look would determine which direction the men went. Happy knowing that his men were nearby, Guillaume refocused his attention. Guillaume set off in search of his men, scouting the surroundings as he moved.
Obeir est virtuts. A meilleur grans glorie.
With each gallop of his horse's hooves, more of Guillaume's land was revealed to him.
Will laves. Uth honor et force.
Guillaume had found his spearmen. However, they would need to be organized and prepared for battle, after which he could continue searching for the rest of his forces. With his spearmen found, Guillaume was one step closer to reclaiming his dukedom. First, he would need to organize them under his command. Only then could he continue his search for the rest of his forces. He gathered his spearmen and coordinated them into proper rank and file.
Lanciers paratés. Mauvais, servientes. Lanciers, si! Obéio.
Guillaume knew that his men would need to follow his every command in the coming battle, and so he assigned them as a group under his control. Guillaume's spearmen were now a respectable fighting unit. It was time to march on in search of more reinforcements.
Obeir est virtuts.
Vostres lances. In avant, lanciers.
Prêt suis pour Normandie. Dan seith vostre commande.
Novos mandements.
Je ferai. Pour André. Leggere chose est vert ce que dei.
Guillaume's cousin and treacherous rebel Guy de Bourgogne had erected a wooden palisade along the path in an attempt to halt Guillaume's progress. However, this was no problem for his spearmen, who destroyed it with ease.
Grupentus Jesumus Donurdarts!
An enemy patrol had been scouting the area. Guillaume knew that his spearmen were the perfect counter and saw this as an opportunity to test their mettle.
Mandement, Lankers! Mauvais vassals!
With his spearmen now proven in battle, Guillaume and his men moved on.
Mauvais vassals!
A group of enemy archers blocked Guillaume's path. He knew their long range would give them a distinct advantage over his spearmen. As luck would have it, a regiment of his loyal horsemen had been spotted close by.
Parade!
Guillaume once again proved he was a shrewd tactician. He knew his horsemen had the speed to run down and defeat the much slower archers. With his horsemen now battle-hardened, Guillaume focused on locating his own regiment of archers.
Obéir est vertus. Avant chevauche.
Vostres Lankers! Ite, Sargentes!
Attention!
Uth honor et force. Uth la Dieu merci. Uth la Dieu merci.
Guillaume found his archers hidden within a quiet village. They reported that a group of enemy spearmen were on their way to secure the area. Guillaume noticed the hill nearby and knew it would be a perfect spot for an ambush.
Parades!
Ambula!
In ayuda!
Guillaume's plan once again proved true. His archers shot down the enemy spearmen from their strategic position. With his forces now gathered under his command, Guillaume prepared to rendezvous with his ally, King Henri I of France.
Prêt suis pour nous.
Quiete, cavals.
Lanquier, si.
Prêt suis pour nous. Leggere chose est.
Sa preparate, arquier. In avant, arquier.
Cavalario parat. Quenscara formata.
Hommes, preparate.
Ite.
Us honor et force.
Now bolstered by his liege's forces, Guillaume marched to battle.
Pour André.
The time had finally come. Guy and his rebel army stood in open defiance against the combined forces of Guillaume and King Henri. Guillaume had mastered numerous skills, and now it was time to put those skills to the test. Henri had granted Guillaume the right to initiate the attack, and on his order, the fight for his dukedom would begin.
Cavalarios parat.
It was during this battle that Guillaume first demonstrated his prowess as a warrior of Viking descent. He single-handedly turned the tide of battle and inspired his men to victory. With his forces depleted, Guy de Brion was utterly defeated and fled. It was said that the dead were so numerous they floated downstream and clogged the local water wheel. It was this victory at Valesdune where Guillaume first displayed his militaristic genius and demonstrated his fighting prowess. It was here that he established himself as the undisputed Duke of Normandy. (1065), and Guillaume is marching west to deal with the last threat to his duchy, the Duke of Brittany Conan II. Château de Dinan was a formidable fortress, and would need an impressive army to siege its walls and bring down the keep. Guillaume entrusted the raising of such an army to his wife, Mathilde de Flandre, Duchess of Normandy. First, Mathilde would need to gather resources, a job for her loyal villagers.
Spero.
Resources were essential in constructing buildings and producing units, and could be found all across the land. But Mathilde knew the most important resource to begin gathering was food.
Escolto. Ux. Spero. Vacas.
Food was key in recruiting villagers and military units. More villagers would be required if she was to raise a large army. To do this, she turned to her town center, an important landmark where new villagers could be recruited. Villagers could also construct a variety of military and economic buildings. Some of these buildings were used to make resource gathering more efficient, such as the mill.
Wood. Escolto.
Mathilde ordered construction of the mill close to the berry bushes, as an alternative drop-off point for her villagers.
Coligo.
Next was wood, a key resource in the construction of many buildings and essential to the success of any town. Mathilde constructed a lumber camp close to a forest, a good source of wood.
Seco. Quad.
Me? Che? Edifico.
Ubi vado. Massone.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work. The town could no longer grow without additional homes. Mathilde ordered her villagers to construct new houses to accommodate the growing population.
Ubi vado. Massono. Fini. Lavoro.
Spero. Me?
Spero.
Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources. For that, communities employed scouts.
Sì. Escolte. Quad. Procedo.
Parat. Vado.
Escolto. Ocest. Foiro.
Exploro. Vado.
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources.
Si. Escolto. Si. Si. Ok. Si.
Che?
Capians.
Ascolto.
Vado caver.
It was time for Mathilde to begin gathering the resource that ruled the known world: gold. Fortunately, a gold vein could be found nearby, and Mathilde set her villagers to work mining it.
What?
Edifico.
With her food supply running low, Mathilde constructed farms to replace the depleted berry bushes. They would provide a constant supply of food.
Ubi vado? Ma sono.
Laburo.
Ma sono.
Laburance la terre.
Edifico.
Si, laburance.
Laburo.
Laburo.
Edifico.
Laburance la terre.
Laburo.
Si, laburance.
Ma sono.
Laburance la terre.
Edifico.
Si. Laburo. Che? Laburance la terre.
Si. Capere.
Like all great leaders, Mathilde made expert use of local government. They aided her in organizing the villagers and assigned them roles within the settlement. Mathilde's small town was now thriving and ready to progress to the next age of prosperity. To mark the occasion and celebrate her villagers, Mathilde ordered the construction of a landmark.
Spero.
Landmarks allowed a settlement to grow, granting access to more complex buildings and veteran units. The town had grown from just a handful of villagers to a fully established settlement. Mathilde had erected a landmark, announcing to the land that this town was a blossoming settlement. It was the perfect platform from which to forge an army and launch a siege on Conan's castle.